I think we're only just 20, only 25 of you now, and on my record, you're 37, so we're missing 12 other people. So I think it's best we wait for them. All right, let's check the attendance first today. Wait, let me just go to your list. So just say present, or if you're around, just unmute yourself. So Adore Junicio, Kathleen Joy, present po. Arenas,
Present po.
Ivan Arimbuyutan,
Present po.
Carlo Babaran. Carlo is not here. Carlo, no, it's not here. Okay, John Ray Bactol. John Ray. Not.
Present po.
Wendell Ballesteros.
Present po, ma'am.
Present po. Judelesa Bautista.
Present po.
Jeffrey Bernardino. Jeffrey is not here. Max Cachero. Max is also not here. Micaela Kaliwag. Not here. Okay. I see Kyla Corpus.
Present po, ma'am.
Arvin De Araw. Arvin, not here. Adam De Leon. Not here. Josa Ginto.
Present po.
Present po. Bianca Gutierrez.
Present po, ma'am.
Daphne Ibale.
Present po.
Adrian Ipurong. Adrian is not here.
I'm present po.
Okay, sige. Isabel Manimtim.
Present po, ma'am.
Jeremy Manubay.
Present po.
Lovely Ann, Lovely Cherry Nerpio. Nerpio is here. Okay. Jordan Novelia.
Present po, ma'am.
Present po. Angeline Nunez. Angeline Nunez is not here. Okay. John Michael Paez.
Present po, ma'am.
Present po. Mark Joshua Palaganas. Joshua.
Present po.
Present po. Keith Pasqua. Keith is not here. Keith, okay. Denise Peñafiel. Are you here?
Present po, ma'am.
Present po. Jonathan Ramirez.
Apo.
Present po, ma'am.
Present din. Dexter Rivera. Dexter is not yet here. Yep, not yet here. Okay. Groupmates ni Dexter, I hope you guys are ready. So, Crystal Mira Sabino.
Present po, ma'am.
Okay ka lang ba?
Okay lang.
Okay ka lang. Sige. Fatima Salcedo.
Present po, ma'am.
Christopher Sales. Not here. Also, not here. Noralyn San Juan.
Present po.
Present po. Can you open your camera or not? Yan. So, thank you. Ronaldin Sancho. Not here. Edward Santa Maria. Also not here. Dan Reb Trinidad. Also not here. Adrian Uyanguren. Are you here? Adrian. Okay. Lastly, Sheila Marivino. Sheila. Okay. So, do you want to know your midterm examination scores? Are you excited to know your midterm scores? By the way, those of you who have not yet submitted yung kulang nila may approach me anytime. So, we have the following people. John Michael Paez, you know you're missing homework 1 and 2. Sorry, homework 2 is marked as homework 2, but this is the one that we did here in class about the electrical power layout. So I think the plan is still in the group chat. I specifically mentioned before na you're excused for these 2 activities and that you may submit within the semester. Homework number 1 is the first essay type questionnaire that we had. Determine Ohm's law, voltage drop, etc. Short answers will do. And then Edward is also missing that one, the first essay, Edward Santa Maria. He's not yet here, but you may inform him anyway. The session is recorded for our review. So my concern now is your midterm exam. Can I ask you guys, honest to goodness, who among you, kasi I already have your list naman eh, as in right now in this class, just so we can discuss why we resorted into that kind of resolution, which I don't really tolerate, I don't really like. So can I ask, who among you did not open the slides? Who among you did not go to Google search? Who among you did not ask his or her classmate for the correct answer during the midterm exam? And you can honestly tell me now na ako po hindi nandaya, ma'am. So if you're one of those, can you raise your hand? Can you raise your hand? Honest to goodness answer. Because we have to come up with a solution. All our actions have their consequences. And this is a very grave misconduct that you have done. Pero I really believe it can still be corrected if hindi naman tayo, well, we have our reasons why we did that. So I just want to run through it. I already have your answers. And I have scanned through your answers already. However, some of you did not answer very truthfully in the form, which is actually why I did the form, kasi para hindi kayo mahiya magsabi. Pero some of you did not answer truthfully, and I had to find out because I was checking your midterms, I was checking it manually. I was also checking your homework 1. Again, the first essay. I have graded this a long time ago, but last night I decided to go back and check it. And true enough, the type of answers that you've given me, some were completely alike. There were people who answered the same, very, very same answer, word per word. And then I tried to input the question on Google, and that's where I found out that some of the answers, even on the first essay, was Googled. So, does anyone in this class, in this Zoom meeting now, who can honestly tell me or who can proudly say that they did not cheat in any way? If you're one of those people, can you please raise your hand now? Otherwise, I will be assuming that everyone cheated and everyone will get a deduction. Who among you guys can honestly tell me that you did not Google, you did not cheat, you did not ask your classmates, or that you did not see or look at the PPT, the slides that we have sent out? Or if you want, if you're shy, maybe you can send me a message now on Messenger. I will be waiting. You can tell me that you did not cheat at all. So nobody. Every one of you right now is admitting that somehow, somewhere along the line, you did something out of conduct during the midterm examination. Is that what you're saying? Come on, guys. I need an answer. I need an answer. Okay, so this morning lecture, before I give the floor to those who will be discussing about the building conveying systems, the vertical and horizontal transportations within the building, I wanted to talk to you guys about the situation. So we already know, based on the syllabus, I will open the syllabus now. So you can see the syllabus now. Let me just open it now. Where is the syllabus for BU? Wait a while. I will just be getting your syllabus. Okay. So you have a copy of the syllabus, correct? Do you have a copy of the syllabus? So you don't have a copy of the syllabus. Is that what we're saying?
Ako, ma'am, wala po akong copy.
Wala po akong copy. Alright, so I will show you because this was something I discussed. So I'll give you a copy of your syllabus if you don't have it already. But let me just share my screen with you guys so you can see. This is the syllabus for your art. Yeah, our AR353 BU2. Is it 2? I think it's 252. Oops. 232 and 252. Anyway, go on, go. This is how we will be computing your grades. Should be sample. I will just highlight this part so you guys can see. Can you all read? Let me zoom in a little bit. Can you all read? Tentative final grade is multiplied by 2 plus the midterm grade divided by 3. The highest passing is 1.0 and the lowest is 3.0. Failure to comply with any of the criteria above means a failing grade of 5.0. Aside from academic deficiency, other grounds for a failing grade are the following. Number 1, cheating during seat work, group works, assignment, or examinations. Number 2 is grave misconduct other than cheating. And number 3, exceeding 20% of allowable absences. An approved absence is one authorized to write an excuse letter addressed to the instructor before the day of their absence due to attendance to seminar, leadership training, necessary appointments, and the like. This part, let me just give this part. This is something that I am not expecting you guys to follow through because we're conducting an online format of class. And I understand that most of you might have signal problems, electricity problems. I'm still looking at you guys. Can you continue being on cam because I want to see your faces now. Other than that, this one I already gave to you. I'm not checking your attendance weekly because I understand that there will be situations which will prevent you from actually attending our class, diba? That's something I've already given you. This is not something that I would hold against you, your absences. It's fine kasi all our sessions are recorded and you can come back to it at any time you wish because everything is uploaded in the channel. Even if I don't send you the link, guys, it's uploaded right after our discussion. Okay, but this is something I cannot let go. This is something I cannot let go. Aside from academic deficiency, other grounds for a failing grade are the following: cheating during seat work, group works, assignments, or examinations. Ayon naman sa batas ng Pilipinas, actually, according to law naman talaga, those people who admitted will actually get a lesser sanction, lesser punishment, which is fine. We will be having deductions on the exam. We might have a face-to-face examination for the finals. I don't know yet. That will depend on our schedule, of course, on the situation. But right now, I'm more concerned about those people who I caught cheating, but they did not admit to cheating. Okay, let me just open your exam. Let me just open your exam. I want an answer because I will be calling you one by one to explain your answers to me. Wait, no, sorry. BU2. Yeah. The SA2, you did not put your names. You did not even put your email addresses, which was expected by the way, because how would I know if it's you or if it's not you? So I gave you a blank sheet. I just gave you a blank sheet. So you forgot to furnish your name. However, those of you who provided will be receiving an additional point from me. All the rest will have no effect on your grade. But those who answered with their names, and I know that this was answered, I'm actually still reading those with names. Those without names, I'm not going to read anymore. But those people who actually put their names, and I have a reference, they will get an additional point in the final grade from me just by following instructions. So moving forward, I will just open your exam. Your midterm exam, do you want to see the answers which gave away to me that you cheated? share the screen. Green means you got the question correct. Red means you got the questions wrong. Those which I highlighted a different color means I found something suspicious. The yellow highlight means that I considered your answer even if it's not the right answer that I am looking for. Okay. Now, I want you to answer me honestly. Those people who answered the illumination value, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Or do you want me to look at the names? Kasi I don't want to show the names of the people who I highlighted. I look at the names of those who answered this one. Guys, you just have to be very honest with me. I'm not even punishing you. I'm not even failing you. At least not yet. But I want you guys to be honest with me. All right. I know the two persons who answered illumination value. Where did this come from? Where did the illumination value answer came from? Okay, so if you're shy to admit it now in class, you can just send me a message. But let me just go back to my screen again. So you would know how I caught you. Guys, dati din akong estudyante. I'm still a student now. I would know. Okay. Okay. Just go through this again. Where did the answer exposure meter come from? Because I Googled it. Let me just quickly Google it for you guys. What was my question? Tool used to measure. Okay. Particular work surface. So if I search this one, you will get this answer. True enough, I saw this term in the answer sheet right around, where is that turbidity something? Because I saw that here. Turbidity. Yeah, here. Oh. That's something I did not teach you. That's something applicable to photography. Exposure meter is the same. Exposure meter is something that's also called a light meter. Okay? That is very specific to photography. So you understand where I'm coming from. Those people who answered this one, now is your chance to explain to me why you answered this one. Diba? And what really grinds my gears is that these people I caught who answered exposure meter, when I check upon their midterm assessment of the class, they put, you know what they put? They put, yes, ma'am. Nagtanong po ako ng ibang items sa kaklase ko. No, you did not ask. You search for this one. And if you did ask, at ito yung binigay nila sa'yo, one of you have gone to Google already to search for these terms, right? These lock nuts, do you even know what lock nuts are? This is something I did not teach you. I would rather accept this, hindi mo alam. Pero nandaya ka sa kasunod na tanong. You know, I was checking this one, and those people na I know who did not cheated, those people that I see all the time in class, those people na nakikita ko that they're trying to understand the lessons that I'm teaching you guys, they got a consideration from me. Kasi something I don't like is for you guys resorting to this way. I said this the last time that we were checking the quiz which will again, by the way, be an additional point to those who attended. So let me just stop my screen and let me open the last quiz, which was supposedly your last essay with me. But since not everyone was able to take this one, okay, I will block out the names of these people again. Okay. Again, let's share the screen again. Okay, so this was the quiz the last time. And I was able to highlight them again. Why? What is the meaning of ACCU? You know, if you type this one in Google, you will get this one. Very easy for me to find out that you're cheating, guys. All I wanted for you is to admit what you did and tell me why you did what you did. You see, accumulator, that's something I did not teach you. That's not even related to HVAC. Now, why I did this quiz the last time was because I wanted to gauge your knowledge on this building system, this specific building system, which unfortunately for us was crammed. So I don't actually expect that you know all this already by now, which is why I will be repeating this discussion. But I figured that we need to discuss the incident more thoroughly than this one. Last week, I also said to your classmates that I am one of those who are uniquely qualified to teach you this subject. Why? When I was reviewing for the exam, I had to sell lights for an LED company direct to the factory, direct to the French designer. So you would notice that our discussion with the lighting systems or the lighting fixtures were much more in-depth because that's something that I know by heart. Because I did that, I sold that, I had to study for that. Next is my second job. Right after passing the board exam, we had a subsidiary for aircon contractor and supplier. They were the only authorized main distributor of the Gree aircon brand. So I would know, again, I would know. And which makes me more qualified to actually teach this subject to you. So I really wish you would take advantage of that. What is the meaning of FCU? You know, guys, I saw this Federal Credit Union. What does that even have to do with the subject? See, Federal Credit Union. So can you just admit to me? Can you just tell me why? What is the meaning of FCU, Federal Credit Union? Di na natin binasa kung ano siya. Credit Union in the United States. It's not even... Standard mini split. Climate meter. Well, meron akong hindi alam last time which was explained to me. And you know what? This part, the aircon components, these are giveaways. This is something you can easily search for. CFC, HFC, these are obsolete ones. Okay. What else did I see in here? Photoelectric smoke detectors. Well, it's the complete name, but I was just expecting. Where is it? There's something else that I saw which made me... See, oh, pwede naman kayo maglagay ng no answer. I wouldn't even judge you if you do that eh. But what would make me angry is that hindi naman ako nagkulang. I'm teaching you guys the best of my abilities, the best way that I can. And yet I will see this kind of answers. See, fuse connection unit. What is that? Anyway, I think I've proven my point. So if any one of you want to challenge me on this one, feel free to do so. But I would highly encourage you to admit to me now before it's too late. Before it's too late, because those that did not, I will be raising this to whoever I need to raise it to. So last night, I was rechecking your work on your essay number 1, and I found out that most of it were Googled, automatically got a failing grade for me. Your homework number 2, the one that we did, not really homework number 2, but classified as it. The power and lighting layout that we did before, your grades will remain the same. I will not change it. Your midterms will remain as is. If you want to know your score, you can message me. Or do you want me to announce your scores now? Some of you even got high scores, actually higher than what I was expecting for you to get. Means that they actually studied for the subject. It might be my fault because I made the subject easy for you and I wasn't requiring you a lot. Actually, I did not want to require you anything major at all. Because I understand that as students, you have other things to do, you have other plates to do. So I actually, ang requirement ko lang for you guys is for you to study intently. Listen intently in class. Attend the class with the intention of walking away from class with something that you learned. Diba? I'm really sad and disappointed on what happened. This is something I couldn't let go. So if you're one of those, now is your time to tell me. If you're not confident in telling it in Zoom, tell me after class, tell me via messenger, tell me via email, just tell me. And of course, those who have already reached out to me last week, thank you for your honesty. However, there will be consequences. So those who I caught cheating will automatically receive a failing grade for this examination. Pero those who admitted will get deductions only. Those who admitted in the form, pero those who admitted to me late because they were already caught, the logical thing to do is to really just admit, you will get a failing grade from me in the midterm examination only. That is only 20% of your grade. Let me just block out first your grades. Okay. Let me just block out first your grade. And I'd like to show you how you're doing already. Okay. I'd like to show you how you're doing already in class. Probably get my... Can you see your grades now? So what you have already is the midterms grade. Sorry. You already have this midterms. You already have this one. You already have this one. And some of you have this one. So you still need to get this part, the participation part. You still need to get this one from me and this one from me. This is 20, this is 10 and 15. So you have 45 points left to get. And this is how you're doing now. Then... So given that, something that you saw your grades, you saw how you're doing. And if you continue this one, you're not going to pass the subject. I don't see an ounce of effort from most of you to actually read through or follow through with what we're discussing. So with that, let this be a warning to everyone. that you will not pass the subject by merely attending class. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. You have to understand that somewhere along the way, eto na yung chance nyo eh. This is the time when someone is teaching you for you to take advantage. Tanungin nyo na, kuhain nyo na lahat ng pwede nyong matutunan. Learn what you have to learn. Kasi when you go out and you review for your boards, this is exactly what they will ask you. This is exactly what you should know. If you go out in practice, this is something that you really need to know because your electrical system, second only to your ID, is the first thing that your users will notice. Mechanical, yes, of course, that's something they can feel. Diba? If it's too hot, your end users will feel. If it's too cold, your end users will feel. If your lighting is too dark, your end users will see that. It will leave an impression already to those people you're designing for. And you have to understand that the work that you're doing is that you're designing for spaces for people to use. And these systems, both your electrical and your mechanical systems, much more than the plumbing system, is something that your users will actually see and feel. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi importante sa plumbing. The thing is, ito ay unang makikita. It's a fact. Pagpasok ko sa isang building, malamig ba, madilim ba, mainit ba, maliwanag ba masyado? Diba? Yeah, that's it. So, if the third group is now ready, so I could give you your final essay later. I will give you your final essay topic later to submit to me by next week. So, who will be sharing this screen? I hope you did learn something from what I've shown you today. I'm not going to fail you just because I caught you cheating. I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself. And please do not repeat this on any subject. Please do not lie to yourselves. Please do not repeat this at all in life because hindi ka dadalhin sa malayo ng pandadaya. Definitely, of course, paglabas natin dito, you're free to Google all you want. But you have to know the concepts now. You have to know it by heart now para madali mo siyang mare-recall in the future. Okay? I also check pala, before I give the floor to the reporters, I also check your feedback for your instructor and the class and your suggestions on how we can improve the class. You know why we do this? This is something that would allow me to communicate with you or allow you to communicate with me if you're not too confident to talk to me. This is something na you could tell me kung ano pa yung pwede nating i-improve. Yeah, and I also gave you here a chance to admit, but most of you did not admit already to cheating. But you know that I already know. I just want you to know that I already know, and I want you to tell me honestly now. But actually, to no merit at all, because you would be failing the midterm exam anyway. So you can just keep that to yourself. If you have any questions regarding your grades, you could approach me or you could ask me now. If you have any questions on how your midterms went, you could ask me now. You could message me later. Chat, call, text, email. You have my contact details. I'm very accessible to you guys. And I hope you actually did learn your lessons. So where is the next group who will be presenting? I will be giving you permission to share the screen now. Okay. I think that's Dexter. Dexter, are you here? Who is the representative for the next group?
Good morning po, ma'am.
Good morning. Who's that? Sheila, good morning. Sheila, will you be the one sharing the screen?
Ano po, si Mr. Rivera po. Kaso po parang nawalan po ata sila ng internet dun sa apartment nila.
Okay, so 30 minutes break, guys. Please come back at 9:35 a.m. or don't leave the Zoom. Just do whatever you have to do. Eat breakfast, CR break. and be back after 30 minutes so we can allow Sheila and to reach out to Dexter for them to be able to present the conveying systems to us today. So 30 minutes starts now. Be back at 9:35. Thank you. You share your screen, please. Yeah, it's 9:35 now. Everyone should be back by now. And if not, Dexter, please start. Sheila, Dexter, who else? Crystal. You can start now. Good luck.
Nakikita na po yung ano.
Yes, sir. Kita na. But if you can enlarge it a bit or maybe full screen size so it's bigger, especially for those who are using their phones right now. Sorry, are you just 7 in your group?
Ma'am, hindi po namin makontak yung isa.
Sino yung isa?
Si ano po, si Manimtim po.
Ano ang pangalan?
Manimtim po.
Manimtim.
Dido po.
Manimtim. Alright, sige. Copy and noted. So Manimtim will get a 0 for this one since she's not participating. Dexter, you can start now, as in right now. So we're 5 minutes in. Thank you. Or maybe not use the presenter view since you're not going to be presenting it in a projector screen when you're sharing your screen with us.
Start na po, ma'am. So, hello everyone. My name is Dexter Jones Rivera from hello everyone. My name is Dexter Jones and we are we are reporters for today in building utilities presentation. Our my name is Dexter Jones and this my member Joshua Mark Joshua Palagana, Sheila Maribino, Alea J. Arenas, John Ray Bactol, Crystal Sabino, and Judeliza Bautista. And in what is conveyor system? Agising ko lang po kasi mamaya. What is conveyor system? A conveyor system is a type of mechanical handling equipment is used to transport material from one place to another. Conveyor system permit fast, efficient transportation of a broad variety of materials. These are extremely popular where there is a need to handle the materials and move the packaging objects regularly. They also have user application as they are often seen in supermarkets and airport. Yung conveyor po, kadalasan po siyang nakikita sa mga supermarkets o kaya kadalasan po siyang nakikita sa mall o kaya po sa mga quarry na ang halimbawa na lang po ng conveyor na makikita sa mall ay escalator, elevator. And sa ano naman po, yung sa quarry naman po makikita po natin yung conveyor po na ginagamit nila para mag-grade po ng mga bato ganun at paghiwalayin yung mga bato. Then so conveyor system are mechanical devices that automatically manually transport load and material fast and efficient within area. There are many different kinds of conveyor system. They usually consist of a frame that support either rollers, wheel, or belt upon which material move from one place to another. They may be powered a motor by gravity or manually. This system minimize human error, lowers workplace risk, and reduce labor costs among benefits. It's commonly used in the mining, automotive, agriculture, food, beverage, bottling, manufacturing, warehouse, and logistic and packaging industries. So ginagamit po yung conveyor system, palagi po siyang nakikita sa halimbawa na lang po sa factory. Meron ay kadalasan po siya nakikita sa mga mining. So yung sa mining naman po, parang tinatawag po siya sa yung conveyor po is yung halimbawa na lang po yung may tinatawag po silang separator na gumagamit po sila ng conveyor belt o gumagamit po silang conveyor para mai-separate po nila yung mga bato sa paghiwalay po yung maliliit sa malalaki. At sa ano naman po sa mga facilities naman po sa mga factory, ginagamit po yung conveyor para mas mapadali yung process ng kanilang product. At then sa agriculture naman po, ginagamit po yung so ito po yung mga parts po ng conveyor. Belt support. Yung belt support is siya po yung belt support is a component of conveyor system that allows the belt to move smoothly without any restriction. Siya yung makikita tong mga roller na to, siya yung nagsusupport sa pinaka belt para siyang rubber. Ay, nakikita ba yung araw ko? Ito po, nakikita siya ay itong mga roller na to na nakikita nyo sa screen. Siya yung nagsusupport sa para siyang nagsusupport sa belt para pag umikot yung belt pantay yung pagkaka pantay at pantay yung ano na to, yung pagkakaandar nung pagkakaayos ng belt. Then etong pulley system, ito yung tinatawag na na dinamo. Siya yung nagpapagalaw doon sa belt siya yung nagpapagalaw sa belt. Then susunod sa pulley system is yung drive unit. Ito na yung yung pinaka-motor niya. Siya yung nagpapagalaw dito sa dynamo para umikot yung conveyor belt. So types of conveying system. Horizontal conveyors, also called horizontal motion conveyors. Conveyors are the most basic and widely used conveyor style in the market. They are used on assembly lines, small parts, handling food, processing, and integrated inside more sophisticated machinery to give increased through. They have fewer limitations than other conveyors type in terms of dimension, speed, load, and space required. So, and vertical conveying is the movement of the object from one level to another using conveying devices. Movement can be up or down. Horizontal conveyors. Horizontal conveyors is horizontal conveyors construction belt path on the horizontal conveyors is simple, typically a straight line centered to the center bed with the belt wrap around two pulleys. Some application may dictate additional rollers or features heavy wear and tear can result from incorrect conveyor design and belt selection. So yung mga horizontal conveyors, siya yung umaandar pa horizontal na gumagamit ng mga roller ganon, gumagamit ng roller ng belt para designing a conveyor system. So capacity requirements, yung meron siyang capacity requirements, length of travel, materials characteristic, processing requirements, and like expectancy and cost. Main elements of conveyor system is conveyor drive, conveyor motor, so conveyor auxiliary equipment, control of conveyors. Then conveyors drive may account from 10 to 30% of the total cost of the conveyor system. Depending on specific job requirements, they may be either fixed speed or adjustable speed type. So, and fixed speed drives are used when the initially chosen conveyor speed does not require change during the course of normal operation. A simple shift or sprocket changing so dito sinabi ay parang ano dito na yung sa merong naka-fixed speed or adjustable speed type. Halimbawa na lang sa sa quarry. Makikita natin yung mga mga conveyor belt na halimbawa na lang sa quarry, yung mga conveyor na may mga conveyor na naka-fix na siya naka-fix na siya dun sa bilis na parang naka-program na ba ganon na hanggang doon na lang yung speed niya. Then meron siyang pinaka-controller na nag-a-adjust, ay meron naman na nag-a-adjust ng speed sa pinaka mismong conveyor niya na to yung para siyang so conveyor motors. Conveyor motors is conveyor motors for conveyor drives are generally 240 and 400 volt ratings. The squirrel cage motor is most commonly used with belt conveyors and with drives up to 7.457 kilowatts or 10 horsepower. So in auxiliary equipment, there are the addition support equipment. Elevating conveyors must be equipped with some form of holdback or brake, reversal of trouble, and subsequent subsequent jamming when power is unexpectedly cut off. Then control of conveyors. Control has enhanced considerably with the introduction of process control. Computers and programmable controllers, which can be used to maintain rated capacities to close tolerances. This ability is especially useful if feed to the conveyor tends to be erratic through variable speed drives. Outputs can be adjusted automatically for changes in processing condition. Then, so working process. Working process. During the advanced cycle, the conveying surface moves slowly forward. As it does, the material remains at relative rest on the conveying surface even as it being moved forward during the return cycle. The conveying surface moves quickly back to its original position and slip beneath the material is much the same way as a tablecloth. The quickly jerk out from under a table setting is a differential action is continually repeated, giving the horizontal motion conveyor the ability of smoothly convey materials as a 40 fpm over distances up to 200 feet. Then types of horizontal conveying system.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Joshua Palaganas and discuss ko yung part ko. Types of horizontal conveying system. First system is the gravity wheel conveyor. This can be used as pusher units set horizontally or inclined for gravity flow. They are highly standardized and usually sold in 1.5 or 3 m, 5 or 10 feet sections. Special lengths are available at extra charge. This system is the most basic form of roller conveyor and gawa po siya sa plastic or metal na skate rollers. Di po siya ginagamitan ng motors and yung nilalagay po lang po sa kanya is mga lightweight load and gumagana po siya by pushing po. And commonly po siyang ginagamit sa mga shipping and receiving areas. Next slide din. Next slide. Please. The next system is the roller conveyor. Gravity rollers are considerably heavier than the wheels on wheel conveyors. Non-powered rollers, conveyors, or gravity conveyors are the most economical and common method of conveying unit loads. Roller conveyors, minsan ginagamitan siya ng motors, pero maliit lang. And gumagamit siya ng mga rollers, di gaya po sa gravity wheel conveyor na gumagamit ng skate wheels para mag-convey ng mga bagay. And yung roller niya is made of metal and commonly used sa mga warehouse. Next slide. Next slide, please. The next type is the belt conveyors. One of the basic tools in material handling industry. Belt conveyors are most commonly used in transportation of bulk materials like grain, salt, coal, or sand, etc. Ito pong conveyor na to is makikita po sa quarry, katulad po ng sinabi ni Dexter kanina. Dahil nga ito po yung nagta-transport ng mga malalaking bagay tulad ng ores na sinabi nga po dito. And yun po. Next slide. Types of belt conveyors. The flat belt conveyor. This type ng belt conveyor ay gumagamit ng flat belt na sinusuportahan ng flat belt idlers or pulleys na nagpapaikot sa belt. Next is the magnetic belt na gumagamit ng magnet na may perfect holding power para sa mga bagay na may metal components. Next is the trough belt. Itong conveyor na to is kinikip niya yung mga materials sa gitna ng conveyor. Next. Working principle. Belt conveyor is composed by two pulleys and closed conveyor belt. The pulley that drives conveyor belt is called drive pulley. Yung drive pulley daw po is yun po yung nagpapagana sa may belt upang ito umikot. The other one, only used to change conveyor belt movement direction, is called belt pulley. Yung nag-iba ng direction kung may curve man sa dadaanan ng mga ita-transport, yung belt pulley po yung responsible. Drive pulley is driven by the motor. The drive pulley are generally installed at the discharge end. Yung mga drive pulleys ay naka-install sa mga dulo po ng conveyor. And material is fed on the feed side and landed on the rotating conveyor belt. Next. Next po. Please. Advantages of belt conveyors: noiseless operation, large length of conveying path, lower power consumption, long life. Dahil nga po, malalaki po yung dinadala na to, syempre po, kailangan niyang maging durable. Adaptability to different types of goods, ability to carry almost any bulk materials. Sabi nga po sa definition niya, dadala po siya ng mga bibigat. Highly reliable of operation, can transport material in any direction. Kasi nga po, kaya nakapag-transport po siya sa iba-ibang direction dahil po sa bend pulley na responsible sa directions. Limitation of belt conveyors. Accumulation difficult. The loss of lightweight back material carried away as dust. Dahil nga po malalaki yung dinadala na to, yung mga lightweight po is parang dust na lang po kung dalin. Continuous or periodic monitoring of the necessary. Yung kung maganda po itong gamitin, kailangan po rin itong i-check or monitor ng madalas. It affects material or belt. Next slide po. Slat conveyors. Use discretely spaced slats connected to a chain. The slats are either of wood or flanked metal. Unit being transported retains its position like a belt conveyor. Orientation and placement of the load is controlled. Yung slat conveyors ay consist siya ng endless chains or kung tawagin nga ay yung slat. And operated siya ng motor and ginagamit siya sa mga factories and mga sorting areas. Next slide. Working principle. Slat conveyors consist of endless chains, sabi nga po, driven by electric motors operating through reduction gears and sprockets, with attached space slats to carry objects that would damage a belt because of sharp edge and heavy weights. Benefits of slat conveyors. Flexibility allows for a wide variety of heavy load conveyor applications. Slats can easily be replaced. Dahil nga po gumagamit ito ng mga slots na pwede mong bawasan or dagdagan, kagaya nga po ng chain, ay madali mo na rin ito ma-replace. Can be used for horizontal, inclined, and curved routes. Highly reliable, low maintenance, position and orientation can be controlled and maintained required. Offers a continuous moving surface to mount product fixturing if desired. Tilt slat conveyors are used for sortation. Next.
Good morning. I'm Jundeliza Bautista. Explain ko yung other types ng horizontal conveying system. Vibrating conveyor. Most vibrating conveyor essentially directional through unit with consists of spring support horizontal pan vibrated by a directed connected eccentric arm rotating eccentric weight and electromagnetic or a pneumatic or hydraulic cylinder. The motion imparted to the material particles may vary, but its purpose it is through the material upward and forward so that it will travel along the conveyor's path in series of short hoops. Capacity of directional through vibrating conveyors is determined by the magnitude of through displacement, frequency of displacement, angle of through slope or through, and ability of the material to receive and transmit through it mass the direction through. The material itself is the most important factor. To be conveyed properly, it should have a high friction factor on steel as well as a high internal friction factor so that conveying action is transmitted through its entire depth. Those depth loads tend to move more slowly than thin ones. Material must also be dense enough to minimize the effect of air resistance of, of its trajectory, and it should not irritate. Tests have shown that granular material handle better than pulverized materials and flat or irregular shape better than spherical ones. Next, next po. Advantage and drawbacks. A vibrating converge can handle numerous processing tasks and transport dry, hot, or cold materials over long distance, but the vibration could make maintenance expensive. The maximum conveyor length with multiple drives are around 61 meters or 200 feet, and with a single drive they are around 30.5 meters or 100 feet. The capacity of vibrating conveyors range from the ay, thousand of tons down to graph or ounce with is incredible wide. Next po, screw conveyor. One of the most widely used conveyors in the processing industry. A mechanism that uses rotating helical screw blades called a lighting, usually with a tube to move liquid or granular materials. Horizontal conveyors is the most widely used type of screw conveyor used to convey bulk materials from one part of the process to other. Horizontal screw conveyors are available in wide range of size, length of configuration, and materials of construction. Screw conveyor is use of thousands of industrial applications every day for efficiently conveying a variety of bulk materials, and a screw conveyor's main function is transfer bulk materials from one process to other. Screw conveyors. Next, working principle consists of stationary tube or U-shaped through around which a rotating helix mounted on a shaft moves loose materials in a horizontal or inclined direction. Screw conveyor abilities. The maximum capacity is typically 4.70 to 1 cube meter per minute or 10,000 cubic foot. Material design. Screw conveyors can be made out of cast iron or stainless, among other materials, and come in a large range of component design. processing operation. Screw conveyors move almost only kind of solid materials through them using a continuous shaftless helicoid screw. They can transform up to 80 feet and are frequently used on slopes capable of moving 1,800 cubic feet per hour. Material design. Screw conveyors can be made in a variety, variety of materials from cast iron to stainless steel in addition to a large selection of component design. Yung size is, yung standard size range from 2 inches to 8 inches diameter. Next, advantage ng screw conveyors. Screw conveyors can move a wide range of bulk materials from slow-moving to freely flowing. Numerous inlet and discharge points are possible with screw conveyors. Bulk materials can be transported and distributed and as needed to different locations. You can add slide gates or valves to screw conveyors to regulate the flow into out and of the conveyors. Screw conveyors can completely enclose design to keep the product in place and staff still depending on the qualities of the product being transported. Screw conveyors can be used in a horizontal or any inclined position. Screw conveyors can be used to warm, cool, or dry product while they are moving depending upon if a screw conveyor is needed or heat transfer. It can be jacketed or designed with hollow flights to provide the required heat transfer for the application. S- Screw conveyors can be designed to be vapor tight or hold an internal pressure. This is very important when conveying toxic or hazardous products such as those in the chemical industry. Next, ay, wala na. Ay, la, light conveyors. A endless chain with light is attached to enclosed rectangular steel cross-section frame. Scrape or flight are mounted at various intervals on flight conveyors parallel to path taken by endless power-driven chains moving inside of a trough. The trough may be used to push bulk materials like sawdust, sand, rubber, wool, and chemicals. Next, advantage. Low installation cost, suitable for transportation at sleep place. Disadvantage, high power consumption. Okay, next na. Ay,
Okay, so are we finished? Are we finished?
Hindi
Hindi
po.
po.
Okay. Go on, go on.
Na-disconnect po ata yung isa namin. Ano, wait lang. So, apron conveyors exclusively used for transportation of heavy loads. Apron conveyor speeds are typically 50 to 75 feet per minute. They have highly load carrying capacity. The numbers of branches can be selected depending on the nature of the materials being moved. So possibility of the managing especially requirements of customers such as the use of different chain type. So chain with carriers, etc. Apron conveyors consist of endless chains with attached overlapping and interlocking plates to provide a continuous carrying surface that forms leak-proof beds suitable for bulk materials without containers. So, parang din-design siya para sa mga bulk materials na kahit wala siyang wala siyang containers na kaya niyang i-handle yung mga mabibigat na bagay. Then there are main application is the feeding of materials and control rates with lump size that are large enough to minimize dribble. Nadi-disconnect po ata si Alea.
I think best you proceed with the next one since vertical conveying system na tayo.
vertical conveying system po. Yung vertical conveying system po, para rin siyang kagaya po ng horizontal conveying system, pero pataas po yung vertical conveying system. Mga types po ng vertical conveyor system is human hoist, reciprocating vertical conveyor, scissor lifts, continuous vertical conveyors, vertical indexing conveyors, and spiral conveyors. Next data. So, human hoist. Ito po yung, sabi nila, most simple device is, ito po yung personal positioning device uniquely designed for lifting and lowering the human body. Usually po itong nakikita kapag nag-aayos ng sasakyan or sumusuot po yung mga tao sa ilalim ng mga bagay na mga parang mga makina po sa ilalim. Kaya po yung ipababa or i-incline kung ano po yung gustong gawin nila sa pwesto nila para po magkasya sila sa kung saan man sila susuot. Next data. Ma'am, si Alea daw po, pa-accept daw po.
Kanina pa siya na-accept. Are you back, Alea?
Kung nadi-disconnect po kasi siya eh.
Ay, just go on na lang. Later na lang si Alea.
So, reciprocating vertical conveyors and transport of items in a reciprocating manner. Multiple level stop on the vertical are possible. So, material lifts vertical reciprocating conveyors provide fast, efficient, and convenient access to and between levels in multiple story buildings. So, ginagamit siya para makapag-lift ng mga bagay, then maihatid siya sa mga kahit gaano kataas na ay may kahit multiple ay kahit anong level ng multiple story buildings. Up to 5 items per minute depending on the number of staff and heights. So,
hello po, good morning everyone. Sorry po nag-disconnect po kanina. So, ako po si Alea Jace and I am the one who will be presenting about the vertical conveying system. Nabanggit na po siya kanina nila Dexter. Ulitin ko na lang po. So, the vertical conveying system is the movement of objects from one level to another using conveying devices. Movement can be up or down. So, yung vertical conveyors po can move objects from one elevation to another, rising or lowering load to different levels in the supply line. Ito po yung mga nadidistinct from elevators in the vertical conveyors, and hindi po sila nabibuilt with the same standards ng passenger ng elevator. Vertical conveyors are often lie in between ng dalawang horizontal conveyors po, and nagkikip sila ng movement continuously sa vertical offsets. Ginagamitan din nila ng buckets, belts, chutes, charts on track, screws, and other conveying technologies para po ma-move yung product either up or down yung elevation. And para ma-maximize yung space with their small floor footprint, vertical conveyors po ay ginagamitan ng gravity actuated and electrically powered and save energy kapag po pinagkukumpara siya sa incline conveyors. Ito po yung mga ginagamit for low frequency intermittent vertical transfer except sa mga specific use cases. And ito po ay ginagamit widely used in industrial settings po. Yung pinaka-common na application po ng vertical conveyors are yung reducing floor space po, tying multiple floors together and vertical accumulation system. Meron din po silang tinatawag na pick up and drop off points for ano po siya, vehicles. And yung iba po, pang ibang specific cases na. Yung paggamit nito ay madalas nakikita natin sa airports, automotive manufacturing, chemical processing, food packaging, recycling, and warehouse distribution and other industry. So, scissor lifts. Ano po ba yung scissor lifts? Ito po ay a stack of cross tube that work in a scissor-like fashion when the platform is raised and lowered. Usually po, yung scissor lift conveyor is a high-strength vertical conveyor capable sa paglipat ng mabibigat na bagay. It is not especially used for tall elevation and they allow for vertical manipulation ng sobrang bibigat na bagay. And for other means of conveying from 500 to 100,000 pounds capacity po yung nailalagay niya. They typically have a horizontal conveyor on their platform which nag-aalaw po ng materials to move off the scissor lift once in a place. Rough terrain scissor are typically engine power machine ranging from 69 to 90 and 1.75 to 2.36 meter wide. Platform capacity range from 227 to 1,134 kilograms, which is 18 na katao po siya. The average kilograms of a person is 62 kilograms. Yung usual rate po ng movement for scissor lifts is 4 worker per minute. But ito po depende sa application kung gaano kataas yung pagbabago ng elevation. The feed and discharge end can be multi-directional if needed lang po. And the other direction of horizontal conveyor can be parallel or perpendicular to the scissor arms. They are typically implemented in automotive, metallurgy, aerospace, and yung ibang mga high weight application.
Next po ako po, the refactor po next po. Continuous vertical conveyor. Transport of items in a continuous manner or platform or trace from horizontal to vertical to horizontal and transfers items to the next conveyor. So pwede siya mga mabibigat na mga items and goods po. So in daily next data. So vertical indexing conveyors, it is designed to move products in a series of steps rather than a continuous flow, thus allowing time for other equipment on the line to carry out its function up to 60 items per minute. So itong indexing conveyor, they lift level by level siya. Makikita rin siya sa mga factory. Spiral conveyors, transport of items in continuous manner from one level to another in spiral motion, operating speeds up to 150 feet per minute are attainable depending upon the right change and product size and weight. Capacity is up to a total of 3,600 at 200 FBM per conveyor. Items will be slanted while being transported on the conveyor. So para siyang spring kung titingnan. Then mabilis siyang i-lift pataas yung mga items. So yun. You're done. Ano na? Next. Next. Bakit
Ah,
conveyors?
wait lang dyan, Ray. Who
Yes,
will
po.
be discussing the elevator, escalator, yung mga lifters? Or are we discussing that later?
Later po sa next
Alright,
slide po.
sige. Go on.
Bakit conveyors? Transport of items in continuous packet from horizontal to horizontal and transfer items to the next conveyor. Used to convey small, sturdy, and odd-shaped items. Odd-shaped items. Up to 1,000 of items per minute. So yung nililift niya up and down and horizontal is yung mga grains lang, yung maliliit lang na ay small goods lang, yung grains, cement, mga dry chemicals. Yun lang yung pwede niyang i-lift. So di siya pwede sa mga mabibigat na bagay. Like yung index is yung continuous vertical conveyor, di siya pwede. Di siya like katulad nun.
So, how vertical conveying system works. Belt conveyors are material handling system that use continuous belts to convey products or materials. So, yung belt conveyors po, ano po siya, pataas po siya na may pulley po sa, kung makikita po natin yung picture sa gilid, yun po yung itsura ng belt conveyors. Meron po siyang tatlong pulley. Yung isa po, yung nasa pinakataas, yun po yung drive pulley. Yun po yung humahatak humahatak sa belt. Tapos po, yung isa po, take up pulley, ibig sabihin po, yun po yung humahatak naman yun pababa. Tapos yung isa po, yung tail pulley lang, parang sumusunod lang po siya sa galaw ng dalawa. So, ayun po. Next deten. Yung chain conveyor naman po, ano po siya? Consists of series of gears connected on a continuous system by chain. Tapos po, meron po siyang high load capacity. Chain conveyors is a material handling device attached to moving members, chain, or cable. Typically used to move materials through production lines. A chain conveyor consists of a series of gears connected in a continuous system by chain. So, ayun po. Meron po siyang, yung sa may chain conveyor naman po, ang pinagkaiba naman po nila ng belt conveyor, meron po siyang parang pit. Parang meron po siyang sagko. Yun, dun po lumalaman yung mga bagay na ibinababa or itinataas. Parang same lang din naman po sila ng process ng belt conveyors kasi po umiikot lang din naman po siya pababa or pataas. Pero po, yung pinagkaiba po nila, meron nga po siyang parang sagko na pinaglalagyan ng mga bagay. Hindi gaya po ng sa belt conveyor. Next po. So, roller. Roller conveyors use parallel rollers mounted in frames to convey products either by gravity or manually. Key specific include the roller diameter and axis center dimensions roller. Conveyors are used primarily in material handling applications such as unloading docks for baggage handling or on assembly lines, among many others. So ito naman po, madalas po siya nakikita sa mga manufacturing site or factories. Ano po siya, halimbawa po, maliit lang yung space, tas kailangan pong ma-process yung mga boxes, tas hindi po kaya ng isang buong straight line lang. Kaya ginagawa siyang pataas. Para din po siyang under din naman po siya ng parang belt conveyor din po. Yun nga lang po, meron po siyang roller. Yung roller po yun yung parang patungan, pinakapatungan po ng mga boxes or mga products na i-import sa kabilang dulo. Yung rollers po parang wala naman po siya minsang hindi naman po siya ginagamitan ng makina minsan. Parang minsan patungan lang po talaga siya tas yung pinaka-belt lang po yung gumagalaw. Next, Deten. Ito naman po yung screw conveyor is capable of elevating large volumes of bulk products and includes all screw conveyors with inclination angles greater than 45 degrees. Ito po yung halimbawa po magsasalin ng mga pinong mga bagay. Halimbawa po mga pagkain, granules, mga grains, mga bigas, or palay, ganun po. Ano po siya, sinasalin po siya doon sa bandang baba. Tapos po, tumataas. Kasi po, parang, di ba po, instead po na mapuno, kaya po pa-spiral siya. Itinataas niya po yung mga nasa ilalim na binubuhos. Kaya po napupunta sa itaas. Tapos po, sinasalin sa mas malaking lalagyan. Yan po. Okay na, next.
Good morning po. I'm Sheila Marvino po, yung next reporter, and di-discuss ko po is about elevator. One of the example of vertical conveyor po. So bakit siya naging example ng vertical conveyor? Kasi yung elevator, yung movement niya is yung up and down, then yung object or yung passenger, naglilip siya from one level to another level ng passenger or object. Then, need lang natin i-clarify na yung elevator daw po is actually a brand name dun sa United States. Then, elevator po is, ang tawag sa kanya is lift. Siya po yung moves in vertical shaft to carry passenger or freight between the levels of multi-story building. Tulad nga po ng sinabi ko kanina. Then, usually, nakita natin siya lagi sa mall or sa mga buildings na may 2 or mas mataas pa na level ng floor. Then, usually daw po, ang elevator dati is, lang siya, ng vertical shaft, yung ginagamit niya para mag-move. Then, dahil po sa technology natin yan, or mas pinamodern, ang ginagamit na po ngayon is yung electric motors with the aid of counterweight through a system of cables and sheets, or yung pulleys po na nakikita natin dun sa may sample po yun sa may SM. Yung nasa taas po ng elevator. Hindi po kasi kita dito, pero meron siya dito. May papansin natin yung malapit or yung katabi ng stair sa may SM. Then, yung next slide po. Ayan. Yung elevator, meron siyang disadvantages na makikita rin naman natin pag sumasakay tayo dun sa may harapan. Yun nga yung capacity na lang or yung load capacity niya. Kung ilan lang yung passenger na kaya niya sa isang movement niya pataas. Yun, next. Yun. Some advantages naman ng elevator is yung functionality niya. Pinaka ano ng elevator talaga is yung PWDs tsaka yung mga mga elderly people natin. Kasi yung imbis na gagamit ka pa ng legwork sa pag-angat-angat mo sa mga stairs, gano'n, or yung mga ibang tao na talagang hindi na nila kaya pa umakyat or madali silang mapagod. Very convenient yung ano natin, elevator. Then, elevator home enhancer security. Ito yung one of the example natin yung fast na plates, which is yung home for the elderly. If sa second floor ka, mainam na gumamit ka ng elevator para nga sa security ng mga matatanda, para hindi sila bababa or tataas, or maiwasan yung incident na madulas sila sa stairs while walking or ayun. Tapos, yun nga pala yung elevator din, meron din mga modern houses or residential building na nagpapakabit sila ng elevator. Like yung kay Vice Ganda, if nakita niyo siya, pinakabit niya yung isang elevator doon para dun sa nanay niya nga, para maiwasan yung incident na pagkalaglag dun sa may hagdan. Next, number 3 natin is yung provides a greater convenience. Pagsamahin ka na yung provides a greater convenience siya space saving design. Kasi yung elevator, konti lang or maliit lang yung space na need niya para mag-function. Hindi siya katulad ng escalator na i-discuss mamaya or stair na halos kumain siya ng 13 meters or 12 meters yung space niya para lang mag-work siya. Tapos, yun nga, yung space saving design, ganun na nga rin siya. Tapos, this can be installed mainly on the exterior part of the house or built-in na effectively open up space that was to be previously unavailable or unused. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina or paano ba, yung example nga yung sa may residential houses na nagpapakabit sila ng elevator instead ng stairs. Then next. Yan, how elevators work. Ano lang siya, kung nakasakay na kayo sa may elevator, wait lang po ako, medyo nagbo-block po yung paningin ko. Elevator yung ayun, okay na po ulit. Yung elevator po, tulad ng paliwanag ko po kanina dun sa may vertical conveyor natin, may yung movement po ng object from one level to another or move up and down across dun sa different levels po ng buildings. Then, meron po siyang control system na altered for modern elevators in ways that improve on speed and safety. Yan po yung sinasabi ko kanina na nag-use na tayo ng electric motors. Then, some modern pulleys na nakapagbigay po siya ng daan para mas mapabilis. Kung ano po natin kasi dati yung unang labas ng elevator, sobrang bagal niya lang po. As in, hindi naman sobrang bagal, pero mas mabilis na yan, mas pinabilis. Tsaka mas maraming naisasakay ngayon kaysa dati. Ayan, modern elevators cars also have additional technology installed in them. Ang ibig sabihin naman po dito sa additional technology installed in them, kung nakasakay po kayo dun sa sa mga company or sa mga buildings or hospitals, meron na po ngayong emergency button na kapag in case na mawala ng kuryente, pwede po silang may button na pipindutin dun na magbibigay po ng signal dun sa may taas or some emergency alert dun sa may security. Then ngayon po meron na rin po ako nakitang elevators na may radyo, tsaka small na parang television sila dun. Next. Next po. Ay, before po tayo magpunta sa types of elevator, hindi ko pala naisama. Yung main purpose, yung sinasabi ko po kanina na parang modern, yung to speed up and safety po. Yung control system po niya, gumagamit po siya ng counterweight. Ina-apply daw po nila yung 40% ng maximum rated load to balance the car. Yun po yung sinasabi niya na parang mas marami na po ngayon na isasakay, then mas mabilis siya kaysa dati. Ang use naman po ng counterweight para po mai-reduce nga po yung weight na ililip po ng motor para dun sa balance ng magiging pagtaas or pagbaba ng elevator. Po, then naka-intact din po yung sa may mga cables or pulleys. Ang gamit lang naman po nun para din po ma-ensure natin yung durability at yung strength ng ating motor. Kaya po ang kadalasan na ginagamit ngayon is yung steel. Hindi ko po sure kung nakakita kayo nung yung kay Rizal po sa may bahay niya. Parang wooden lang po yung gamit nila doon. Modern elevator cars also have additional technology. Yun nga rin yung sinabi ko po kanina na meron na silang mga emergency button, radios, and television sa loob.
Sheila, can I cut you?
Okay lang po.
What's the importance of elevator?
Importance po ng elevator. Para
Everyone
mas
else, can you open your camera, guys? Everyone else, can you open your cameras now? Including the reporter, of course, who is not opening her camera. Can you open your cameras now? Can anyone answer me what the importance of an elevator is? What's the importance of an elevator? I want you guys to stand up for a while, as in stand up on your seats. If you're lying down, stand up. I was hearing someone snore already. Stand up for a while we think of an answer. Why is an elevator important in the entire practice of architecture? Anyone can get? Can anyone guess? Yes? Yes, sir?
Pwede po kaming sumagot.
Huwag ka na reporter kayo, hindi naman kasama nyo. Kasi iba naman. Can we ask other people? What do you think is the importance of an elevator system in the entire sense of a building? Of course, sa buo na rin in the practice of architecture. Wala? Gusto nyo maghagdan? Hanggang level 75? Gusto nyo maghagdan? Are you seriously telling me you don't have any input on this one? We use this every day or we use this regularly if given a chance. Meron pa ba dito hindi pa nakakasakay ng elevator? Meron pang hindi nakakasakay ng elevator? Really?
Ma'am, ako po try ko po sagutin yung question niyo po kanina, kung okay lang.
Pwede naman. Sige, go. Josa, go.
Para sa akin po yung importance po ng elevator po sa isang building po, para malesen po yung sasakay ng elevator kasi at yung ng escalator po, and para po mas madali po makapunta yung mga tao sa ibang part, sa ibang floor po. Like sabi nga po nila kanina, yung conveyor po, ito po yung nagdadala ng mga items or yung mga tao sa iba't ibang party po ng lugar po ganun or sa isang place po.
Oh, we're not working, Josa, on the assumption na pag may elevator, meron ding escalator sa isang building. So your answer was, technically, the first part of your answer is wrong. Na gagamit tayo ng elevator para mas konti sasakay ng escalator is wrong. Kasi we're not working on the assumption na together at the same time, all the time, they will coexist. What if elevator lang ang meron sa kanila? Like, let's say, hospital. Meron ba escalator tayo usually sa hospital? I mean, your designs in the future will have to consider how people use the space. Okay? How we use the space. Sheila, do you have the types of elevator? Kasi I was noticing already that you're already reading your report.
Yes po, ma'am.
Do you have
Susunod
the
po
types
yung
of
text.
elevators? Can you next slide for me, please? We have different, no, not this type. This is the type of elevator based on its how it works. Pero yung types of elevator based on its function, do you have that? No. As in passenger elevator, service elevator, freight elevator. Do you have that here?
Wala po, ma'am.
So it's incomplete. The conveying systems that we have discussed a while ago, it's more on the mechanical aspect. We use that on power plants, on production plants, on architecture is still related to those things. So even if you're not going to need it right away, you have to know the basic. So okay lang na pinag-usapan natin lahat ng type ng conveying systems. Kasi if you look at it closely, they will all be called conveyors. You can sit down now, guys, if you're still standing up. Maraming klase ng conveying system. Please don't move your slides. Not yet. Don't move it yet. Don't move it yet. Anyway, yung conveying... What are you doing? Who's moving the slides? What? Don't move the slides yet. Yung mga conveying systems that we used a while ago, used for factories, used for power plants, used for industrial plants, production plants, you still have to understand how things work. So conveying systems, basically, especially the horizontal conveying systems, did we talk about the airport conveying system? As in yung yung conveyor belt? Did we talk about the conveyor belt in the airport? We call that a carousel, the baggage carousel. Remember the term? Kasi sooner or later, you will be flying. You will be seeing those things. So it's meant to, your horizontal conveying systems are meant to carry things around. So example, I saw the bucket conveyor kanina. It's used to carry some items or materials, chemicals, or anything else, especially dried ones, from one point to another point. Sa factories siya ginagamit. So it's still important that you know the basic of it. I want you to read through the presentation that they prepared. Kasi somewhere along the line, if you will be in the industrial sector of design, you will need to understand how this system works. Now, going back to the vertical conveyor system, the elevator, for me, as an architect, we will be encountering most of the time elevators, escalators, the man lifter. I saw the scissor lift a while ago. It's called a scissor lift. May another version siya, the man lifter, hydraulic lift, or whatever. It's meant to lift people up from a certain point of the ground to another elevated point, an elevated point. So let's say, mga nagre-reading ng kuryente, nagme-maintain ng balcony, naglilinis ng facade, na glass facade, as long as it can still be reached with the man lifter or the scissor lifter. The scissor lift, it has a variation called the scissor parking, the puzzle parking system. Pwede siyang scissor, hindi siya scissor technically, it's not a scissor, pero it is now used in design. If you've been to Makati, we use that kind of conveyor, we use that kind of vertical conveyor systems. Yung lift ng cars, it's called a car lift generally, but there's a more specific term for that. Let me just quickly check. Car lift parking. So it's called the puzzle parking system. Kasi you can park dun sa merong area na merong hoist, merong lift. You can park there, nakatapat yung gulong mo doon. It will be strapped on para sure na hindi na malalaglag, definitely. Then it will be lifted up so someone else can take the space sa ilalim. You can still use the parking space underneath. So that's one of the practical applications of the lifts that we were talking about. Be it hydraulic, be it screw type, be it whatever type. We were just discussing the types of how they work. So now, we talk about their function. So itong mga elevators naman, we go back to the elevators naman. Tell me if I'm going too fast for you. I just had to cut Sheila because this is an important part of, but by the way, good work guys, but I have to cut you for a while, but I will return the floor to you because the elevator is something we as architects have to consider in our designs. Okay? Whenever we're planning, we have to consider the shaft size of the elevator. You know what a shaft is? It's the shear wall that encapsulates your elevator, or that pag nagpaplano tayo, it's a thick wall na andun yung elevator natin. Yung elevator car, technically the lifts are called the elevator car. Guys, those who have their cameras off, can you turn it on now? I want to see your beautiful faces for a change. Those who cannot open their cam for any reason, you please inform me now. But for those who can, please turn on your cameras. I want to see you guys. So, itong elevator, when we're planning, we have to consider na meron kang elevator shaft. It's usually decided by your structural engineer kung gaano siya kakapal. Minimum would be around 250 to 300 mm wide. So, ganun siya kakapal. Kasi, isa siyang mahabang shaft na unobstructed. Walang beam na tatawid sa kanya, so it's more susceptible to swaying pag gumagalaw yung building. Of course, our buildings move. And of course, pag sinabi nating may elevator, definitely your building is ideally more than 5 floors. Remember when I asked a while ago, I don't think it's in this class, it's in the history class. Did you already have your HOA 2? HOA 3, HOA 2? HOA 2, sorry, HOA 2. Guys, yes, answer. That's a question that you're expected to answer. Did you already have your HOA 2?
Yes po.
Joshua says yes. How about the others?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes po, sabi ni Jonathan. I hope everyone has had their HOA 2 already. So in your HOA 2, after the midterm, after the middle part of the HOA 2, you will now be discussing after revivalist architecture, modern architecture, which started in the late 1800s to the early 1900s. When we say modern, we're just typically devoiding it of any regionalistic characteristic, although not completely. Meron pa ring influence from your earlier architectural movement. So, why am I bringing this up? Kasi it's an important part that you understand na all the buildings before the modern day era, actually modern, we actually encountered that during the post-colonial America, correct? Can you remember? I want you guys to remember and open your cameras again. Last reminder. I want you to open your camera so I can see who's listening and who's not listening to me, because this is an important tidbit of information that you have to get from me, which is why I stopped Sheila. So, during your modern architecture, the term skyscraper was coined by the Americans. It's an American invention that they claim. Invention. Because during those times, before the modern, technically the modern era architecture, mabababa lang yung building. We had what? 2-story, 3-story, 4, even 5. That could be the maximum. Or sige, push natin hanggang 10. I think hanggang 10 yung highest that I've seen before the modern era architecture. So why is that? First reason is before the Industrial Revolution, there were no motors, there were no pumps, there were, well, meron siguro, pero not the ones that we use now, not the improved versions. Pero ideally, we would attribute that discovery or that point in history kung saan nagkaroon tayo ng mga pumps, water pump, motors. This is around when the cars were invented. So, nagkaroon tayo ng way para yung tubig paakyatin natin sa taas ng building. We were not designing very tall buildings. I hope you know the answer why. Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess why we did not have tall buildings before?
Hindi po kayang umakyat ng tubig without using
Correct.
the pump po sa mga
Correct.
higher floor.
Correct. Thank you, Jonathan. Hindi makaakyat yung tubig. Now, wala kang tubig, wala kang source of life, wala kang, alam mo yon, it's a universally accepted truth na kailangan mo ng tubig para mabuhay. 'Di ba? Use your common sense, use your, ano ba mangyayari sa akin pag walang tubig? 'Di ba? You ask your question, you ask yourself simple questions. So at this point in time, hindi tayo nagde-design ng matataas na building kasi hindi natin mapaakyat yung tubig. Another reason, that's the number one reason. Number reason is, ang taas ng building, pagod na yung tao umakyat. Which is what I was asking you a while ago. Anong importance ng elevator sa araw-araw mong buhay? Diyos somehow answered that na para hindi nga naman sobrang pagod ikaw. Isipin mo galing kang trabaho, you live in a mass housing. Mass housing, by mass housing, I mean apartments, condominiums, whatever type of mass housing na hindi single detached. Aakyat ka, pagod ka galing trabaho, pagod ka galing school. You live on the 13th floor. Wow, 13. Aakyatin mo yung 13th floor nang nakahagdan ka. According to our code, hanggang saan ka pwede mag-build ng isang structure na hindi ka required magkaroon ng vertical transport system in your building? According to Philippine laws and codes. Anyone? You can try and take a guess or I will try and call your names.
Ma'am, can I take a guess po? Tama po ba third floor?
No. Close, but no. Anyone else can guess? Let's try the reporters, shall we? Sheila, this is your part. Anong floor ka dapat magkaroon ng elevator or ng vertical transport system in a building when you're designing?
Ulit po. I'm sorry po, ma'am.
Ano? You're sorry what?
Hindi ko po siya masyadong
Okay. Can anyone help her out? Let's try someone else. Randomizer. Let's randomize the names. Okay, and now I'm left with Uyang Guren. Adrian,
Hello po.
can you take a guess?
Ano po ulit ma'am yung tanong? Pwede pong pakiulit po.
Hanggang saang floor or up to which floor, I mean, saang floor ka required ng batas magkaroon ng elevator?
Ma'am, hula lang po. Ano po, siguro po mga second floor po, ganun
Second.
po. Kasi po baka po may
Second.
mga two-story po, ganun po.
Definitely not. Sorry. Anyway, thank you for trying to take a guess. Pero ang baba nun, by code, sige, last one. Let's try last one. Let's randomize the name. Peñafiel. Denise? Are you with us? Are you still here?
Nandito po.
Yon. Denise, can you take a guess? Anong floor kakailangan magkaroon ng elevator sa building?
6 po, ganun.
No. Actually, it's 5. Required ka na magkaroon ng elevator if you reach the 5 floors. So that's your limit for the mid-rise ones. So, With that being said, ang dami nating building na napakatataas. You need an elevator. You need a way to transport people to different floors, to higher floors of your building, yung hindi stressful sa kanila or strenuous yung activity. So that's the example. That's the importance that we're trying to drive you at sa elevator. Now, kanina, I was saying, in terms of design, what do you need to consider when planning an elevator? Sabi ko kanina, yung shaft size mo. And then, you know, the modern day elevators, they have what we call an emergency brake system. What would you do if suddenly yung elevator ay, bawa, let's say, I work in a very high condominium building. I've actually worked in higher buildings. So I worked in a building wherein we have 73 floors. Right now, I'm working in a building where we have 63 floors, 64 for the roof deck, 65 for the service deck. So imagine the stress that I have whenever the elevator stops midway. And I've been trapped in the elevator several times that I already have a way for me to ensure na masusurvive ko if in case the elevator drops. Can you quickly go to your phone now and type in Google the building in Makati wherein the elevator suddenly fell and then several people died? I think 2 or 3 people. This happened around July 9, 2022. 2 dead as Makati elevator collapses. It's in one of the relatively known buildings in Makati. Have you seen the news? Have you seen the news?
Dalawa po yung namatay. Dalawa po yung surprise.
Yes, dalawa po yung namatay. Pero anong building?
Burgundy Corporate Tower po ba, ma'am?
Yes, yes. And I work just a little bit across that. Medyo malapit, pero not really across, but malapit. Anyway, so merong elevator na nag-plunge down. The reason is, when was this constructed? When was this building constructed? I was studying in high school when I went to Makati. That building was already, the building was already there. Tapos, ang haba ng pila niyan. Kasi, konti lang yung elevator niya kumpara sa taong gumagamit nung building. So, how old is the Burgundy Tower? This 38-story office condominium, Burgundy Corporate Tower, by... Let me just open this link. Yeah. It's in Makati. It has... And it's built in 2002. So, it's now 20 years old. Relatively bago na yung elevators niya. Kasi 2002 is bago na yung mga elevator systems natin. We have older buildings where inalalaglag talagang elevator. Kasi, there are elevators before, I think it was in, I'm not sure of the date, somewhere before. Let me just confirm the date with you later. Yung mga elevator kasi now, we have what we call the emergency brake. So if an elevator falls down 1 to 3 stories na walang control, let's say nag-out yung power, mag-grip yung kanyang brakes along the hoistway. Hoistway is what we used to call the daanan ng elevator. Magkiklip yan dun sa track. Tapos magsa-stop yung elevator and you're just floating. Hindi floating, naka-anchor ka naman. And you're just there somewhere in the shaft. Diba? So, what do you do if an elevator falls para hindi ka mamatay at hindi ka ma-injure? How do you think is the best way to survive an elevator fall? No, try to guess. Can anyone try to guess? Okay? In Makati, Tumalon po before bumagsak. Jonathan, mahirap yan timingan. Bibilangin mo kung saang floor ka na tapos, uy, level 2 na. Tatalo na ako kasi malapit na sa ground. Actually, I don't, I've heard this several times already, but I don't know where it came from. Pero based on experience, based on technical data that I have, that one in Makati, another building, nalaglag yung elevator. It dropped, it did not plunge all the way down. It dropped from, I'm not sure which floor, but I think it was around 14 to 16 floors yung dinrop ng elevator. So nakatayo yung mga tao. Naturalmente, nakatayo ka sa elevator, hindi ka naman umupo sa elevator. Katayo sila. You know the injury of the one person who failed to sit down? Kumapit kasi siya kumapit siya sa gilid. Ang injury niya sa lakas ng pressure is yung knee, you know your knee joints, your kneecap is here. Etong knee bone niya suddenly, or yung leg bone niya, umusli sa kneecap niya. It's because of the pressure of the elevator falling down. So, for me, the safest technique for you to survive a falling elevator is to lie down in a fetal position. Protect your heart and your lungs, protect your vital organs. That way, yung pressure at yung pressure ng pagka-drop mo is evenly spread in your body. I cannot suggest lie on your stomach or lie on your back. Kasi how would you protect your lungs and your heart kung exposed sila agad? When you lie on your back, you expose your lungs. When you lie on your stomach, you expose not only your stomach, but your heart is in the front. So that's something I could not suggest. Anyway, that's just a mental exercise for you guys to think. So, Sheila, do you have the parts of the elevator in your presentation?
Wala din po, ma'am.
Okay, you don't have the elevator pit. You don't have the elevator machine room. You cannot tell the class how it works. So let me just tell you a quick story on this. Elevators usually have a pit. It would depend on the manufacturer of your elevator. If it's Mitsubishi has an elevator. Fujitec. Who else? Schindler. Brands of elevator. Schindler, Mitsubishi, Fujitec. Who else? Let me just check my catalog here. And type elevator. So yeah, you have Mitsubishi, you have Schindler, you have Fuji, you have personal elevators actually. You have Hitachi elevator. Hitachi has an elevator. You have Kone. You have a lot of elevators pala. Kalea, Seabest. Otis has an elevator. Hyundai has an elevator. Hyundai also has an escalator. Who invented the elevator? Their brand is still in the market as of now. So, meron ding mga personal elevators. Do you have that in your presentation? You have personal elevators now. Aside from this one, the big elevators that are usually commercially used, like your passenger elevator, which can handle minimum of 7 packs, maximum of 30, and yung shaft size mo would be bigger the more capacity it has. So, we have those kinds of elevator. And then we have the freight elevator. We have elevators wherein 2 doors will open up for you, usually a freight elevator. You have your service elevators. You have machine room elevators. You have elevators with machine room. Machine room is the one on top. Pag nandun ka sa top floor, meron isang, top floor, this is the top floor, ito yung huling stop ng elevator. Meron ka pang isang kwarto dito. Your machine room houses the pulley that pulls your elevator. Usually may aircon siya para hindi ganun yung pressure niya. Nako-control kasi it's a pressurized chamber. So you have your machine room. You have elevators that are machine roomless. Meron lang siyang parang control at the top. May pulley siya. If I will choose, I will always choose the one with the machine room kasi mas madali siyang i-maintain. Mas accessible siya. Kasi if it's machine roomless, you have a lot of places sa car ka dadaan para makapunta dun sa pulley. Punta ka sa taas ng car. Ang type ng aircon na ginagamit natin sa elevator ay similar to a window type air conditioning. So, andun lang siya sa loob ng shaft. Parang isipin nyo, may window type kang aircon yung nasa kwarto nyo, nakatutok yun sa baba. So, that's what we use sa elevator car. You have your push buttons. You have your emergency call button. Pag nandun ka sa panel board ng elevator, makita mo yun. May bell. So, in case of emergency, yun yung pinipindot natin. Then you have your floor monitor. You have your up and down indicator lights. You have your open and close buttons. Underneath that panel, can I just get my pointer? I don't think I can get my pointer if someone else is sharing, but then I will not be able to show you where I'm pointing at. Sa ilalim ng panel ng elevator, sa ilalim ng mga pindutan, meron dong pintuan. Doon yung control, yun technically yung parang control panel niya. Yun yung parang panel board niya. Kung saan we can turn on the lights, we can turn on the fan, the blower, the elevator, we can turn on the, kung automatic siya or what na nagsasara. We can turn on yung RFID system kung kailangan mo ng access card, which is RFID activated para ma-access yung elevator. Those things. So that's located there. Your elevator has also a strict guidelines when it comes to designing the weight of the fit out of the elevator. What do we mean by that? If you can, I want you to focus your eyes on the screen now. Look at the elevator. Hindi naman siya plain. Meron niyang tiles for the floor, meron niyang grab bar, meron niyang finishes sa pader, meron niyang ceiling finishes. May timbang yan. Importante yung timbang niyan kasi you have to consider yung counterweight na ilalagay mo. Yung counterweight is para yung pulley mo napapaikot yung elevator. Kasi hindi yan, kasi pag hinila yan, example, pag hinila lang yan, ang bigat nun, ang hirap nun. Whereas, pag mayroong isang weight dito sa kabilang side na nagsusupport sa kanya, para hilahin lang siya pababa, aakyat yung kabila. Diba? Do we get the concept? If you can get the concept, can you thumbs up so I can see if you understand or not? Can you thumbs up on your screen? Yes, yes, we're following through. So I really hope you're following, guys, kasi this is an important part of your design. So I would give back and I will also send my own slides because I have my own slides of this one. I also have my own slides of the previous topics which I have not yet sent to you guys. But I don't think I should na anymore because we have discussed that already. I'll give back the floor to Sheila to continue on her presentation. Sheila, but don't read your presentation. Just say the most important tidbits and parts of your report. Same goes to the following people who would be reporting after Sheila. And unfortunately, hindi ko na-correct yung kanina sa horizontal. But yeah, don't read on your PPT. Okay. So, Sheila, you have the floor back. Go on and good luck.
So, ma'am, ako na po muna sa part ni Sheila.
Go on.
So escalators are mechanical devices used for transporting people vertically between different levels of building. So yung escalator, kadalasan na siyang nakikita sa mga malls, nakikita rin siya sa mga katulad ng common siya nakikita sa mga sa mga supermarket, sa mga malls, sa mga sa commercial, sir, they taking the form of moving staircase consisting of chain of single phase aluminum or stainless steel, step guided by a system of track in continuously. So
Yes, everything fine on your end? Dexter?
So, ma'am, yung escalator po, siya po yung
So,
madalas
yun nga po, ay lahat naman tayo commonly ay sakay na ng escalator. So, sa pinakataas niya ay sa escalator, meron siyang tinatawag na upper machine room. So, nandun yung control panel and drive unit, yung drive chain tapos yung upper sprocket. So yung tawag naman dun sa So meron nakikita niyo ay meron minsan tayong nakikita sa yung para siyang sa pinakadulo ng escalator, yung nakalagay na stop, yung operating panel niya. Then meron dun siya ay yung gumagal ay yung moving yung handrail niya sa may meron na rin siyang drive chain. So then yung interior panel tapos deck board.
Can you stop on the escalator slide for a bit? So the escalators, I'm assuming you don't have the parts of the escalators again. Am I correct? Okay. Your escalators work by, technically, para siyang motor na umiikot para pagalawin yung yung buong system niya. So sa ilalim niyan, meron yung machine room sa ilalim, meron siyang lower machine room and may upper machine room siya. Sa lower machine room, andun yung parang, oh my God, my camera is closed pala. Meron parang bilog na motor na nagpapaikot ng steps, which eventually flattens out para in turn, maibalik niya dun sa upper machine room para mabalik siya pababa or paakyat or whatever. Tapos, meron kang track sa loob niyan sa ilalim. So, pag nagde-design tayo ng escalator, we have to consider gaano kalaki yung machine room na kailangan ko sa ilalim ng lower part, gaano kalaki yung machine room na kailangan ko sa ilalim ng upper machine room, tsaka gaano kalaki yung i-offset ko na drop wall para takpan yung tracks ng escalator. So, yun yung mga consideration natin when designing that. Bakit? Kasi kailangan takpan ng kisame yung mga machine room kung in between floors siya eh. Walang problem kung nasa lowest level na siya, hindi mo na kailangan takpan. Although, I believe, lahat naman or karamihan naman sa building na may escalator, may basement din. Kasi usually, these are used in what? Airports, convention centers, malls, specifically malls. Kasi it doesn't put you in a box like an elevator. Ang psychology dyan is, open ka, nakakapag-travel ka from one floor to another floor, pataas or pababa, in a relaxed manner. And then, after that, kita mo yung paligid mo eh. So, andun yung effect ng psychology to those people, kaya mas madaming escalator sa mall kaysa sa ospital, ay parang nakaka-travel yung eyes mo, uy, parang maganda dun sa kabilang store, I will go there, I will go check it out. Ganun yung psychology ng design natin. Remember, when you're designing for people. Hindi ka lang nagde-design technical, in a technical manner, kung paano gumagana, saan dapat ilagay. Pero you have to think how your end users will think. Bakit ganito yung kailangan ko? Bakit ganito yung kailangan ko i-provide? Okay? So, it's different also from a walkalator. Walkalator is the one that are used in airports most of the time. I think that's it. It differs because of the slope that it allows kasi walkalators are usually flat. Escalators are flat slats na nagiging staircase. Hindi ka rin dapat umakyat sa escalator pag walang power. Hindi mo siya dapat gawing hagdan kasi masyadong mataas yung riser niya at hindi siya comfortable sa paglakad. Meron niyang effect in the long term sa tuhod mo, sa joints mo. So that's something that we have to consider as well. Okay? So yung escalator din ay What else can we say about escalators? Well, I think that's about it that you need to learn, that you need to know about escalator. Can we move forward now? Dexter, you have the floor again. Sorry for cutting you kasi this is an important part of it.
So dumbwaiter. So dumbwaiter is a small freight elevator or lift intended to carry food. So dumbwaiters found within modern structure including both commercial, public, and uh, private buildings are often connected between multiple floors. So bakit nga siya tinawag na dumbwaiter? So from dumb, unable to speak, and yung waiter originally separate words describing yung portable table's inability to relate gossip after the meal. Then by the use of the term describe smaller service elevators in American homes, in the 1840s, it simply meant them as mechanical unable to speak at all. So minsan nakikita siya sa mga yung para siyang maliit na elevator na nakikita sa minsan sa mga movie na pinagtataguan ng parang gamit yon yung parang siya yung yung parang to another level ng halimbawa ng bahay or building. Nagli-lift siya ng mga food, ng mga pagkain. So different types of dumbwaiter lifts. Window type waiter, these are most popular option. So eto, kadalasan siyang nakikita sa mga halimbawa na lang sa mga sa mga restaurant na yan, sa mga restaurant na may another level na floor. Then floor type dumbwaiter, these are installed where there are goods that need to be unloaded onto forklift or pallet rack. And yung nakikita yung good lift dumbwaiter, this is larger model and it looks more like traditional elevator. So ito yung good lift dumbwaiter, ito yung para siyang loading halimbawa nagiging loading area parang dito isinasakay yung mga product na halimbawa na lang sa kung meron dito nilalagay yung mga product papunta sa ibang level para siyang yung traditional na elevator.
Wait, can we stop for a while for the dumbwaiter? Sorry, Dexter, can I cut you for a while? Just to share you a little bit of trivia about the dumbwaiters. Did you know that some people are claiming, or some sources are claiming that this was invented by US President Thomas Jefferson? It was one of the claims, or other sources would tell you na it's invented by Jefferson. Sorry, not. Yeah. Tapos, did you know that during the ancient Greek time, as early as that, this was used by the gladiators to move their meals pababa to the gladiators' floor, sa ilalim, and then sa taas. Tapos, eventually, ginamit na din yung dumbwaiter to move exactly the animals and the gladiators as well. So, ang haba na ng history ng dumbwaiter. Pero, yeah, it was used by affluent people before in their houses para i-deliver yung mga meals nila. And now, I think it's being used by several establishments pa rin. hotels, restaurant, whatever it is na mayroong multiple levels of kitchen and serving area. So, how many more slides can we check? Do we need to discuss? We have, can we check how many? We have 5, last 5. All right, we can finish on time. I was just checking if we can finish on time. All right, go on.
So yung speed na need sa speed of escalator is constant and generally around.
Components of escalator or lift. Landing platform is plated sa bago ka tumapak sa may steps ng escalator. Yung sa baba ng landing platform, yung mga motors escalator. And
I put you guys on mute kasi you were, yeah. Dexter, can you finish the slides? Guys,
ma'am,
go on. Finish the last 5 so we can go back to the things that we need to focus on.
thank you po ma'am. Next is the truss. The yung truss is siya yung structural ng escalator, siya yung pinaka-strength ng escalator. Then the balustrade siya yung nagsusupport sa handrail, which is yung kapag napupunta kayo sa mall, meron pang brush sa gilid, yun po yun. Then the handrail, yung hinahawakan po natin, or yung glass part ng escalator. Next, Dexter. The trucks. The step wheel trucks for front wheels of the step. The trail wheel truck for the back wheels of the step. Cause the steps to form a staircase system under the company. Yung trucks po is responsible po sa movement ng steps. And yung steps is kung saan tayo tumatapak, tas yun na nag-move pataas or pababa. Then the motor, yung motor po is yung nagpapagana sa escalator. Next, Dexter. And
Right, thank you so much. Can everyone open their cameras now? So, can you, no, I mean, can you share it back again? So we just have a quick run through all the systems that we discussed today. Just a very quick run through of all the systems. So today we discussed the dumbwaiter. May table of contents tayo. Wala, yeah, wala, diba? Yeah. So we discussed the dumbwaiter, the elevators, the escalators, several types of conveying system, the conveyor belt in the airport. I think it was discussed, although hindi specifically. We also discussed on, can you go back sa mga unang slides pa? We discussed several plant conveying systems. Also, a brief summary on the walkalator, which is technically essentially an escalator. I mean, your escalator is essentially a walkalator. It's just that they differ in their types of slope and then types of mechanical parts that are moving. Yan. So all those horizontal conveying systems most likely are for plants and factories, different kinds of plants. But yeah, can you go to the slide, the third one? Yeah, that conveyor without the motor. Third slide, please. I think you've given specific people to credit. Also, don't forget to send the class a copy of your slides. The third group did not send anything to the class. Yeah, can you open that one? Thomas Robbins, Goddard Henry Ford. Yeah, kasi around this time din na-invento yung mga kotse and yung moving parts. Yeah, Ford is there. Yeah, but you have to include also, before sending out this reference to everyone, include the parts of those important conveying systems that we discussed. And then other inventors, other relevant names and dates. So it's very easy to correlate them to other things that happened. Can I see the group who presented the names? Second slide. Dexter, John Ray, wrong spelling, Crystal, Joshua, Sheila, Judelesa, Alea. All right, so who made the slides? Who did the slides? Everyone or just one? Ano daw?
Ma'am, nagtulungan po kami mag-edit.
Tatlo po kami.
Sino yung tatlo? Dexter, sino yung tatlo? So we can give appropriate credit to those people.
Ano po? Ay. Ay apat po pala si ay halos lahat rin po kasi. Ako po si Joshua, si Sheila, si Mira. Then yung iba po kasi so natulog na rin po kami, sila po yung nagtuloy ng ng pinaka last part.
Sige, no problem. But essentially, yeah, very complete report, just missing other items. But you have time to complete that before sending it to class. So maybe within today, you can complete the data that we miss and then send it out to class. So any questions so far from the class? Any question from the class? Can you guys turn on your cameras again for a while? Any questions so far, or what is your main takeaway today? We still have time. We have until 1 p.m. I think. But I don't want to keep you that long para makapag-lunch na din kayo. What's your main takeaway for this week's discussion? Can anyone start, or do you want to start calling names again? Any question at all regarding the report? regarding the discussion? Any violent reactions, comments, or give us your main takeaway in today's presentation? Can you start? Can you start, Ivan? Since katabi kita sa slide, ay sa images. Can you start? What's your main takeaway, or do you have any questions for those who presented?
Audible po ako.
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, yung ano po, main takeaways ko po yun sa may importance po nung elevators po. Kasi po, di ba po, katulad nga po ng sinabi nyo na kaya po sa nung sinaunang panahon po, hindi po, parang sobrang dalang po, or bihira po nung sobrang taas na mga buildings or establishment po, kasi syempre mahirapan po yung tao nun para po umakyat. Kaya po, nung na-invent na po yung elevators, nun po nag-start na kung kahit gaano po kataas kayanin ng mga buildings po. Tapos yun po, yung elevators po is yung for convenience din po siya, kasi po yung mas accessible po yun sa mga elderlies po, sa mga PWDs po. Tapos pwede din pong gamitin yun pang transport po ng mga gamit na mabibigat na hindi na po kaya or mas mahirap po i-transport pag sa stairs po.
Thank you, Ivan. So anyone else have their own recall? On this one? Josa was raising her hand. Yes?
Ma'am, ang takeaways ko po ngayon po sa report po nila. Yung conveyor po, ito po yung nagta-transport po ng iba't iba pong mga bagay like tao, tas ginagamit din po siya sa iba't ibang establishment like yung sa mga buildings and sa mga quarry po. Tapos yung wait lang po, yung maganda po nilang ginagawa para po sa building is para po mapadali po yung buhay ng tao. Like sabi niyo nga po kanina yung sa escalator and elevator po. Yung sa elevator po is para hindi po mapagod yung mga occupants po para po sa pag-akyat, lalo na po yung mga mas matataas at marami pong floors po. Tapos hindi lang po dapat dapat po palang i-consider yung mga machine rooms po, kasi po hindi po kailangan na naka-live po sila dahil baka po mag-cause po sila ng accident po. Thank you po.
Sige, last one. Anyone else who would want? Or maybe you can ask yourselves today and reflect on it. Na, would our lives be easier kung hindi na-invento tong mga to? How are we now? Are our buildings still lower? Yes, Jordan, you're raising your hand.
Ma'am, sa-summarize ko na lang po yung mga main takeaways ko po.
Sure, go.
Kagaya yung sa ano po, yung topic po kasi ngayon is about sa vertical and horizontal conveyors. At kahit ano pa pong types or kung anong tawag pa po yan, ang similarities po nilang lahat is to deliver or lift goods, tsaka po yung people po. Tsaka para po kasi mas mapadali yung buhay natin, tas mas onti lang po iguguguli nating oras. Ganun po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. So we understand now the importance of wait a while. We understand now the importance of these kinds of conveying systems in our building, both vertical and horizontal ones. So are you ready for your last essay? Are you ready for your last homework? We're almost at the end stretch of our semester. You're only left with your finals, which is 20%, your last homework, which is 10%, and your participation will be graded by me. This is my 15% of your grade. And your presentation are graded today. Where is that? Sorry, Crisabel has 0 today since she did not help out in the presentation. So those who reported today will get their grades from me if you want to know your grades later. So I think that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you may reach out to me anytime. And I will be sending your topic via group chat today, and I hope you guys have learned something today. We actually have maximized our time today. That's it. Class is dismissed, and good luck, everyone, and have a great weekend. Bye.
Thank you po, ma'am.